Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one,
I'm Erin, the believer.
and we are all lubed up and ready to go.
We did just get lotion, you weirdo.
I mean, it even says Lubriderm. I just kept looking at it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot in a name.
My hands are so darn dry.
I know, mine too. So I appreciate the lotion. I just thought it was hilarious. It was like all right, let's do this, and then we can podcast.
And actually, a pretty funny segue into our funny blooper reel.
Oh my, I don't even remember saying half of those things that are in those bloopers.
Yeah, lube is brought up, and it's a very funny / horribly awkward blooper that if you want to hear it, you got to join that Patreon. Any tier, you get it for $3.
Yeah, it definitely made me blush, and I'm the one saying half of it.
Yeah, it made me blush. It's about me. Oh, not that we're, teasing you or anything, but I mean,
little bit.
It's almost worth the $3 just once.
Yeah, exactly.
And
then cancel after. That's what I would do.
Oh, I totally would. It is, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's great. So if you want to check that out, join our Patreon and then cancel our Patreon if you need to. We don't want you to, but you could do that. It's a thing.
You can. Oh man, boy, we got right into business. Right into lubrication.
It never, it's always a good night when it starts off with lube. I don't know where to go from there.
Oh my gosh. Well, how have you been?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm still trying to not make lube jokes, but yeah, I'm doing all right. Survived a 2-year-old birthday party.
Oh, yes, you did.
Ooh, it was fun and busy, and there were lots of tantrums. She did fine though. I felt like I was, I had a couple little meltdowns, but it's just a lot of busy and cleaning, and then you invite everybody over. So you have to clean, but then cleaning with a 2-year-old is literally like cleaning up during a tornado.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's horrible. I've decided I never mop before company anymore. So
yeah.
They're just going to make it worse.
Well, and then I was really dumb and got her sidewalk chalk as a gift. So all the kids went out and did the sidewalks, which was great. But then, of course, they tracked it in. By the time they left, I mean, my house looked like graffiti had been everywhere. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I detailed this house before everybody came over. Rookie mistake.
Yeah. What were you thinking? I started a new show. That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay. What was it?
The Tinder Swindler.
Oh, I think I've heard about this one.
Is it good? Oh my gosh, it is so good. I was fascinated. I stayed up. I mean, it's a one and done.
Yeah.
Like a 2-hour documentary.
Don't tell me the ending. Oh my gosh. The other day I tell Erin, I'm listening to Sweet Bobby, the podcast. And right out of the gate, she tells me, just drops the ending right there. I was like, well,
yeah, I know. I was trying to figure out if I had listened to it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the one." And then I spoiled it, but I didn't mean to, and I'm so sorry.
You figured it out loud.
So sorry. You didn't tell me you weren't done. I assumed you were done.
Well, the funny part is that, like, after I left here, I went to go clean, and I turned it on, and it was like the next sentence he tells me. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, if I had just
well, then that's good. I barely spoiled it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like you were on episode 2.
Yeah, but it's also not like he got to drop the bomb. You did, and it wasn't in a professional way.
Ah, sorry.
It's all right. It's fine. I'm just saying. So just if you ask Erin about anything, just expect a spoiler.
No. Just let me know where you're at before we start talking.
Okay. Like when I say, I just started Sweet Bobby.
I don't feel like that. You said, I've been listening to Sweet Bobby. And I said, oh, I haven't listened to that. And then you started explaining it. And I went, oh, that's the one where, and then I did it.
But don't say it.
I won't.
She's about to, you all.
I'm not.
Turn off your ears. So the Tinder Swindler?
That's it. Nailed it.
What's it called?
The Tinder Swindler.
Oh, well, that was close. The Tinder Swindler. Boy, that's a mouthful.
It is so good. Like, I can't believe it felt like a fictional book.
Oh, okay. I love those.
Oh, it was so good.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely check that one out for sure.
Yeah, good.
I just started Kevin Can Go Fuck Himself.
Oh, how are you watching that?
I just, try to 7-day free trial on AMC and without my husband knowing, and then I'll hurry up and get rid of that, right?
Is it good?
It is weird. It's odd. I mean, which I like odd shows like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get really into them. I'm trying to decide if, like, like, I feel like whoever wrote this, and this is not a spoiler because if you've seen the commercials, you kind of know what it's about, but I feel like whoever wrote this got the idea, which is really creative, like from King of Queens. They
Yeah.
watched that show and they were like, what is life really like for the wife?
Like the hot wife.
The hot wife when she leaves off camera,
Right.
what would life really be like? Because she can't be that
Yeah.
okay with her husband being such a mess up.
Right.
So, which is a creative way to think about it. But I can't, every time her husband is in a scene, it goes into like that.
Like comedy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like this whole setting. And I can't figure out if like that's her mind. Like if she's like, okay, her way of coping with him is like pretending like they're in the sitcom.
Yeah.
Or if it really is just supposed to be what it's like for the wife off screen.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I really want to watch it. I can't think of her real name. Annie something.
Annie Murphy.
Yes. From Schitt's Creek. I love anything Schitt's Creek is involved with. I mean, like,
Yeah.
whatever. I know they're not involved with it, but Annie Murphy was. And
Yeah.
it's like the Midas touch. I will
Mhm.
forever follow anything from anybody from Schitt's Creek because I just loved it so much.
Me too. I did draw the line at that holiday movie that he was
I was
in.
okay with the holiday movie.
I hate holiday movies. I cannot
Yeah.
get into them.
I kind of feel like you hate joy.
I do. That's a good assessment.
You're like, oh, I hate cartoons. Oh, I hate this.
Ah.
I hate any Disney movie. Oh, I hate holiday movies.
Yeah, I think whenever it borderlines cheesy and it's not making fun of being cheesy, then I'm like, I'm not gonna like it.
I mean, so like Elf, they're kind of making fun of how cheesy it is. So you're okay with Elf?
Yeah, I'm okay with Elf. And it's
Okay.
funny. It's good writing. But most holiday movies are just it's just like, bleh.
Yeah.
You're right. It's too joyful.
It is.
That's what it is.
My problem. Well, did you watch that movie, the holiday
no,
movie?
I think I started it and I was like, no.
Because it's actually not very joyful at all.
Oh.
You might really like
okay.
it.
Well, I mean, is it dark? Is it horrible? Is it sad?
It's dark. You just really aren't rooting for the girlfriend in it. You're
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh. And actually, Audrey Plaza, I think is her name.
Uh-huh.
The girl from, she's from Parks and Rec.
Okay.
The real sarcastic, like, secretary, whatever. She's in it. And the whole time you're like, just get with her. Like,
Yeah.
she's so much better.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
And then they do get together. You go ahead and spoil
No,
it.
I'm not spoiling anything. And it was last year's movie. Actually, I think it was 2 years ago movie. So listen, get off my back.
Okay, I'm off of it. But I would recommend at least trying out. I don't think it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Kevin. What is it? I keep turning.
Kevin can fuck himself.
Kevin can fuck himself.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Sure,
I don't really
something
know.
like that.
I say it all the time in my head.
Because you're married to him.
Just kidding, Kevin. If you ever start listening, I love you.
Oh, too funny. If Kevin, I feel like after we talked about lube, I feel like Kevin's going to become a Patreon just so he can hear that blooper if he ever listens.
I mean, Kevin's involved usually. I don't think it's a big surprise.
No, but I would imagine like, what is she talking about?
Oh,
Like,
my
I need
gosh.
to hear it.
Oh boy.
It's hilarious. Okay, we'll stop talking about how funny we are.
And time to scare each other, huh?
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Okay, so I am going to start tonight, and I was hustling.
You were.
I was hustling hardcore out there, and I even went back in time. I did a little time travel.
Oh wow.
And
That's
I know
impressive.
it was very impressive for a weekend filled with birthday parties. But I went back to original posts that I made like when we very first started.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were like, ooh, I've got stories.
Yeah.
But these people did not write in. So I went back and reminded them like a gentle nudge, like, hey, still got a story? And a few of them were like, oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. Now, they still have not written
Oh
in.
my goodness.
So I'll wait a little bit and gently, a little bit less gently, nudge them again. No.
I have a friend from high school who was like, how do I write in my story? And he has not written back in. I'm like, come on, buddy.
Come on. What else do we have to do to get these stories in? No. But so we did get several in. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
really
did.
excited about that. And then a couple of repeats, which we don't mind at all because all of our authors have been really good. So our great friend, I mean, this person we can actually call a great friend, not just somebody from
Not just one of you losers we pretend to be friends with.
Right. Well, I just mean somebody that we call friend but have never met.
Yes.
So this is our friend Brooke, who we actually did meet through the podcast, and she has written in before.
The Matrix.
Amazing, wild story called Matrix, and she always teases us that she has more, and I'm like,
Yeah.
given to us.
Every time we hang out, she's like, yeah, my life is so weird. And then she'll start to go into a story and I'm like,
Yes, it's crazy.
I don't even care about the podcast. Just tell me now.
Right, yes. And her watch does that weird thing, like talks to her randomly
Yeah.
about stuff.
Yeah, she's very interesting.
She is an interesting character.
I'm so excited we know them now.
I know, me too. Me too. Yes, Brooke and her lovely wife, Steph. So we are good friends with them now. And Brooke did us a favor and finally wrote in another story. So here we go. Why, hello, Aaron and Megan. I'm long overdue to send another creepy story your way. Hope this doesn't disappoint. I bet it won't.
I can't imagine.
Also, we're both cold reading tonight, so
yeah, we've gotten real professional.
yeah. I think we're supposed to get more professional over the years, but we definitely aren't.
No, I also had wine with dinner, so we'll just see how tonight goes.
I love those nights. Okay. I had a friend who always insisted that his house was haunted. Him and his friend lived in a huge, beautiful brick house in a nice Seattle neighborhood. I was skeptical about this place being haunted and figured he might be making this shit up. One night, I was over there eating dinner and watching a movie with him. His roommate wasn't home. I started asking questions about the ghost and was teasing him about if his house was really haunted or not. He never broke character and kept insisting it was. At one point, he freaked out and asked me if I heard something. I did, but it just sounded like someone who was walking upstairs. And then I realized there wasn't anyone upstairs and nobody else was home. He said, that's the ghost walking around in the attic. And I realized he had been telling the truth about this ghost all along.
Oh.
The walking suddenly turned to running back and forth in the attic.
Oh, no. I don't like that at all.
Anything that runs.
That's like the others. That's that scene where they're, you just hear them running back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. I mean, and like running seemingly for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, why are we running all of a sudden?
Exercising in the past life.
Yeah. You're dead. You can quit now. Nobody cares.
You have made it as far as you're going to make it.
Yeah, right. You're done. Retire already, runners. And we both got terrified at the same time and ran to his bedroom, slamming the door behind us and hid under the covers, LOL.
Oh, no.
We both felt this huge rush of energy chasing us from the living room to the bedroom like it was right behind us.
Oh, my gosh. Ew, that's so creepy.
As soon as the door slammed shut, we both heard a scratching sound on the other side of the door. It sounded like someone with long fingernails scratching the middle of the door, letting us know it was right outside.
Ew.
The next day in daylight, we both went up to the attic to have a look around. Wow, that's brave.
Yeah, but they did wait till the next day.
Yeah.
I have a debunk here.
Yes. Yes.
No, I do think it's a ghost, but I have a debunk that I don't think you're going to say, and you should.
Okay. Great. I love it. Man, the pressure's on now. Look at you spoiling again. Okay.
I'm not saying a word.
There was definitely not enough room for anyone to be walking around up there, let alone running back and forth.
No. Oh, there goes my debunk.
Like they were doing. I never figured out what the fuck it was, but it didn't happen again when I was back over there.
Ugh, yikes. That's awful.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking leprechaun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I was right. That is not at all what I was thinking.
Just picture the cutest little, tiniest little walking around.
You know I'm not going to find that cute.
yeah, you're definitely not.
I absolutely will not.
Yep, you don't think elves are funny at all.
Nope, I do not.
Does a leprechaun fall in an elf category?
Pretty much, yes. I mean, the beard would help because I do like a beard.
I love a beard, yeah.
But not enough. No. I imagine sharp little teeth.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Ew, for a leprechaun?
I do. That's
Why?
what I picture. Because they lull you in with their cute little beard and then they smile at you and then, ew.
Oh, why
I don't know. Have you not seen the scary movie Leprechaun?
No, I definitely
Jennifer Aniston. I've only seen
Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, it was like her first acting.
Shut up. I'm definitely going to have to watch that.
It might be our next
night.
movie
Yeah,
night.
that's for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my gosh.
It's got to be.
If it's streaming anywhere, that's our next movie night.
Definitely. That's hilarious. It does remind me, though, speaking of leprechauns, do you remember back in the 80s when there was a big thing about seeing a leprechaun in a tree?
No.
Do you remember that? Oh, yeah. There's footage. It's like a news story of this group of people that saw a leprechaun up in a tree. They drew a picture of it It's like a hand drawn, like this is what it looked like.
Oh my god.
I think there might be like a picture of it, but it's like real blurry. And so they drew a pic. I don't know, but the
Wow.
footage, I just remember watching the news story and dying laughing because these people are so convinced that they saw a leprechaun
Oh my gosh.
and it made the news. And that is
amazing.
hilarious.
That's amazing. I love it. Wow. No, I don't think I like leprechauns any more than I like little elfish creatures that freak me out.
Okay. All right. So I'm thinking squirrel.
Oh, really? Running in the attic, you feel like you would hear a squirrel like a foot, like the gait of a person running.
Well,
You
it
think
has
that
to be
could
something, maybe a possum, maybe something a little bit bigger than a squirrel,
Oh,
maybe like a really hefty possum.
no. I feel like you would hear the bipedalness of the run.
Look at you.
Exactly.
Maybe, or maybe like I don't know what the ceiling is made out of. Like maybe it's really thin, so it sounds a lot louder than what it really is. Okay, what was your debunk?
Okay, my debunk is that knowing Brooke's a little hottie.
Oh yeah, Brooke is a hottie.
She's adorable.
Uh
And while we know she would not be interested in this gentleman,
huh.
maybe he was like, listen, I got a plan.
Gotta figure out a way to get her under the covers.
I need your help, buddy.
Oh,
We're going to freak her out.
I need your help, leprechaun.
Like, make some scary noises, chase after us once you know we're in the clear, and then scratch on the
Oh.
door. We'll be under the covers by then.
You've been reading too many romance novels.
Oh my gosh, I so have. I accidentally got just straight up book porn. It is not even like subtle.
Oh no.
I mean, like it started with a story, and
Uh-huh.
then as soon as we got very minorly into the story, it got
On.
I mean, so on every other page. I'm like, oh my, well, we're doing it again. Okay. Wow. It is a lot. It is a lot.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even going to tell people what it is. Anna, you just text me if you want to hear it. Just kidding.
I was just gonna say. So, are you officially
I'm
recommending
not
this for
recommending
Anna?
it because the cover is so horribly embarrassing.
I'm like, wait. So you knew what? Okay.
No,
Hold
yeah.
on, Erin. You
No,
knew
no.
what the cover looked like.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad. And
Her
it was
cheeks are turning red right
oh,
now.
so bad. Yeah, it was real
Okay,
dirty.
tell us what it is.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
everybody wants to look it up. I want you to look it up right now so I can see the cover.
So bad.
I don't care. That's why I want to look at it.
Okay, hold on. It's called Overheard.
Oh my gosh. Erin Taylor.
I know, it's so
Hold on,
gross.
don't take the phone away. Hold on. Wow. I mean, that is a book cover. Why are all their eyes covered up? They're like, we don't want you to look into our eyes.
It's overheard, not overseen.
Overheard. I bet I can guess what they're overhearing. I guess.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a short little read.
Definitely looks like a lot. Yeah, I bet it's a short little read. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm blushing just thinking about it.
yeah, you're making me blush, and I'm not even reading the book because I don't read. But maybe I will now. It's all about finding out what motivates somebody.
That's right.
Mhm. Once
That's
you
right.
figure out the reader's motivation,
Mhm.
find what they like, boom, they'll pick it up and read.
That's right. I mean, to be fair, I did read another book by that person, and it was not. When it was a romance novel, so it had its moments,
Okay.
but it was more story. And I was like, oh, that was all right. I'll read another one of hers.
Oh.
And then I was like, okay.
She upped her game.
I mean, I kept
Mhm.
reading it. I finished the book. The book
Yeah.
has been read, and it ended real stupid, but I didn't care. I wasn't reading it for the plot at that point.
Oh, I bet you weren't. At that point, you're like, you know what? Let's just see.
That makes so much sense, and that's why I
Yeah.
I debunked it that way. That is so accurate.
You definitely like, wow, that was a left turn, not at all where I saw you going.
Yeah, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
Brooke. I'm sure he was a great guy and was not ill
Right.
intention, and it was a ghost.
Yes, let's hope. Or he totally hired a little leprechaun to do his dirty work.
Yeah, I just don't think you could mistake an animal with human running.
Okay, here's why I think that you could.
Okay.
If it's planted in your head that something is haunted, so you're already looking for or waiting to be scared and you want it to be haunted, it's not like you're going in as the skeptic, like, let me just sit down here and listen to this for a minute. They both were scared enough to jump up and run. The
Yeah.
rush of energy, I'm going to say imagination. I mean, if you think something is scary enough that it sends chills down your spine, you're not going to wait around to see what it is.
Yeah.
You're going to get up and you're going to run. And I can put myself right there feeling like, we've got to hurry and get out of here.
Right.
And it feels like that rush of energy is like forcing you, but really it's just your imagination.
I don't know. Immediately followed by scratching.
Yeah, that little possum is up to no good.
Possums are scared little creatures. They look tough.
Have you ever come across a possum?
Yes. Do you know why they call it playing possum? It's not because they fake dead. They pass out from fear.
Yeah, I think that's goats.
No, it is not.
I think
you look it up.
Possums play dead to then attack you.
They don't. I swear to you. I'll bet you $10.
Oh, wait. It was not a possum. It was not a squirrel. It was, what are those things in Princess Bride?
The rats of an unusually large size or something?
Yes, it was one of those because those are big enough they could sound like somebody walking around.
Okay. All right. I will give you that one. Oh, man. Have you ever, it brings up the question, have you ever been in that situation where like you're in a dark building all by yourself and it gives you the spooks? Or you're in a basement and you have to turn off the lights and you think, oh, I want to get up there as fast as possible.
Definitely.
And you've been scared. You've had that feeling of fear.
Of course I have. Oh, yeah. Well, fear is like human.
Yeah. But even as somebody who doesn't, like if I didn't believe in the possibility of the supernatural, what are you afraid of in that moment?
The boogeyman. I mean, I'm afraid of like somebody, like the boogeyman isn't like a bad guy coming to get me. Like, okay, I can remember that. I remember exactly where I've had that feeling before.
Okay.
So my friend Emily lived not too far down. This is when we were kids. I was probably like 10 or 11, like old enough to like be walking around the neighborhood. And she would come over and hang out for a long time. And then I, like being the brave, tough, because I always like to put that exterior. I'm like, yeah, I'll walk you home. Because she'd always, it's dark and I'll be afraid. It's fine. I'll walk you home. So I'd act all big and bad and tough and walk her home all the way to her house. But then I had to pass by on my way back this whole line of like,
I know exactly.
Yes. Remember those pine, like just big pines.
Huge pine trees. Yes.
Huge pine trees.
Yeah.
And
I hated those pine trees.
Oh, they were so scary, especially in the dark. And because you couldn't see through them. So it was just almost like a solid wall, but you knew that something could be hiding in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, every time I would book it. I think that's the fastest in my life I would ever run, ever to date. And I just remember like, take a breath. Okay, here it's coming. And then running. And the more I would run, and this is what I'm talking about, that rush of energy, the faster I would run, my imagination would build. Like there is definitely something behind you. Don't turn around. You're going to see it. There was never anything behind me, but it was like, it would like my fear and my imagination would just build and build and build until I would finally get past there, until I would get home. I would never turn back around and look. Because I would convince myself that something had to have been behind me. Nothing was ever behind me. So that rush of energy was myself and my fear building.
No, I can see fear building. I can give you all of that. But then to immediately hear scratching and the fact that it wasn't big enough for actual running around, I just don't feel like there's any creature that I could hear in my attic. I mean, and I've heard like, rodents or something. I've heard that noise and it's startling. For sure. But I don't think I would ever go, well, that's a person running around up there.
Okay. And also, what if the scratching was something separate from the running? Like, did this person have an animal of some sort? A cat, a dog, a little Arlo that you take off running and it's like, oh my gosh, why are we running? Let me run after you.
Where are we going?
The door slams. It's like, wait, I'd like to get in there. And then immediate scratching. But you're so fear driven that you forget that there's even a dog out there.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying it could have been two different things. All right. Well, still, I don't think that's what it was because
you're a believer and
I'm not. Because I'll never fully agree with you.
Okay.
I just can't get past the fact that it sounded like a human walking and then running.
Well, to my credit, they never said human. They just said we heard walking and then running.
That is true. That's true. The glory of this is we could just text her.
Yeah, we could, but we're not gonna.
Okay, well, I'm going to read a story.
Okay, I'm ready. That's what I'm here for.
Oh,
this
weird.
Works out perfect.
What a coincidence. This is from a new listener.
Okay.
Who we've had a very cool influx lately. Like cool people keep following us on Instagram, and as you all know, we stalk you.
For sure.
And when this person, I was like, oh, she didn't mean to follow us. I mean, this person looks really cool. Like their hair is bright red.
Wait, this is Vanessa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool because in her profile picture, she's hugging Ron Perlman.
Okay, now where's Ron Perlman from?
Oh, he's in so many. He's in a show called The Hand of God. He's in a show called The Sons of Anarchy. If you all
Ooh,
know.
I've heard that's good. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's I joke saying that because it's a very famous show. A lot of big following. I never got into it, but a lot of people did.
Yeah, I feel like I could maybe get into it. I just haven't given it a shot yet.
But he's a very famous.
Yeah.
I remember when I pulled it, I was like, oh my God, Ron Perlman's wife is one of our fans. This shit's amazing.
Oh
and she's writing in stories like, we're about to make it big. So Vanessa, if you still talk to Ron Perlman, I mean,
if you got any connection there,
throw us a bone there.
Ron Perlman is the one who's going to throw us into fame.
That would be so random and hilarious.
It'd be amazing.
Oh, like the best story.
Ron Perlman would come and do commercials for us. Oh my gosh, I love it.
That's great.
Okay, yes. So here lately on Instagram, especially, I've been seeing like this person's following you, and I go and I'm like, oh, you don't mean to be following 2 40-year-old mothers, right? Like, what's happening here?
Hey, we're cool.
We are cool.
Come on,
we're cool. And I'm not quite 40 yet, but I'm getting there.
I literally just said right before that, like how I've just given up on any sort of like caring about appearance. I mean, I've thrown in the towel. I'm like, I don't care. I buy my jeans at Meijer and I'm proud of it. And then also, I like today, didn't wear a stitch of makeup all day at school. Yeah. I don't care. I'm like, you look.
On the other hand, I just made the cutest profile picture of myself I've ever had.
Oh, you're rocking it.
I'm never changing it.
I guess I haven't seen it yet.
It's so cute. I think it's my favorite picture of myself.
I mean, not that your other profile pictures aren't cute. Oh my gosh, girl, look at you.
Aren't I adorable?
You are adorable. Did you put a filter on that? What's going on?
Oh, well, it's just a regular Instagram filter.
It's so cute. Look at your eyebrows.
Thank you.
Damn, Gina.
Okay.
Yeah, not me. You're not going to get that from me. If you see a picture of me, you're like, oh, she's so cute. Go ahead and guarantee it's from about 2, 3, maybe 20 years ago. And that's how I'm rocking and rolling. I'm like, you all have all seen me at my best. It's time to see me at my worst. And it's okay. I've accepted
I'm weeding out the true friends now.
That's right. Exactly. It's down to get to the brass tacks of things.
I don't know. All I heard
brass knuckles.
I was like, you said brass, and I thought knuckles, but that's not it.
No, brass tacks of things.
Okay, never heard that expression. Here we go.
Hold on, wait. We got to figure this out. You've never heard the expression brass tacks?
No. What does that mean?
It's like the like get
bare
down,
minimum.
Not bare minimum, but like get down to the truth of it, or get down to the to the nitty gritty of it.
Okay,
brass tacks.
Interesting.
I think I used to know what it meant. like literally what it meant, but I don't anymore. I just know figuratively what it means.
I'm so glad we got into it.
Yep, glad we're not on tangents tonight.
Yeah, no, not at all. Now that we've got full battery, watch out, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, brother.
Okay, so Vanessa warned us. She was like, I don't know where to start. I've got so many stories, and she is not wrong. This email is so long, so I think I'm going to read 2 of her stories tonight and leave 2. Maybe we'll do a to be continued next week. I'll finish her other 2.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, so the subject line is my grandparents' house, Hatman.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Hi, sisters. I just wanted to start off by saying I love the podcast.
Aww.
I got used to listening every day, and I'm so sad that I'm all caught up and out of episodes now.
What does Ron Perlman think of us?
I don't know. I'm just going to get straight into it because I have so many stories to share with y'all. I decided to open by telling you about my grandparents' house because of my one and only experience with, give a very long dramatic pause here, please.
You already gave it away. You and the spoilers tonight.
It says it. I'm reading. Give a very long dramatic pause here, please. The Hatman. She put it in the subject line.
Yeah, I know, but then you read the subject line. It's fine. It's fine. You're a spoiler tonight. It's okay. Go. Keep going.
Oh my gosh. I'll take it out when I edit. Good golly. The Hatman.
Ooh.
And they so kindly put in, my pronouns are she, they.
Oh, thank you. Love that.
So to give you some context, my entire family agrees that my grandparents' house is super haunted.
Okay.
I'm not sure of its exact history, but it is an older house, and my uncle swears that from the day they first moved in during the 80s, that he could sense evil there.
Ooh.
And she capitalized evil. I feel like that's important.
Okay.
I feel like you need to know that.
Okay.
Evil with a capital E.
Oh, so the whole word's not capitalized,
Just the E.
Ooh.
It's like a name.
Ooh, creepy.
I know. The fact that my grandpa turned into quite a hoarder over the years probably wasn't helping.
Mm.
You know how people say spirits can attach themselves to objects and all that? Well, he'd go thrifting and to garage sales every weekend and would come home with the weirdest finds. But more on that later. And that is really interesting to think that like something could hold something ominous and then you bring it into your house. That's really scary.
But it's also strange that if he believes that, he keeps going out to get more.
Yeah, she did say her whole family, but maybe she means her whole like nuclear family, like her.
Okay, maybe.
I feel like I would never buy a used mirror. That just feels like it should be.
Oh my
creepier.
gosh, that is so silly.
All right. Nope, I don't trust it.
I would totally buy. I feel like I have bought. I mean, like, what's going to happen to me if I look into that used mirror? I look into your mirror and it's used. Nothing's happened to me yet.
No, it's not the same thing. I feel like it. I feel like it could hold more, like curses or something.
Could it, or could it just hold a reflection?
You're the worst. Okay. We would all experience the usual spooky shenanigans in the house, like weird, unexplainable noises, random objects being misplaced, cold spots, doors opening and closing, electronics never working right. And she did stress the never. It's all capitalized because of your electronics. It's acting like an electronic. All that fun stuff. But I know Megan is just going to debunk all this with it being an old house. So I'm only going to get into the main big shit.
Knows me well already.
I know. Love it. I'm going to try to tell everything in order, but feel free to break this up, edit, pick one story if it's too long. So here's the first story. Laughing Hat Man.
Ooh, laughing.
I know.
Ooh, we've never had a Hat Man laugh.
I don't like it.
Okay, let's read it.
Growing up, my cousins and I always refused to sleep over alone because we were so scared, and it always had to be a big group event or at least two of us at a time. However, one night when I had to stay over to be babysat, my cousin bailed on me.
That's awful.
I know. By bailed, I mean he got the flu or something. But that was incredibly selfish of him considering the ghostly circumstances. I want to say I was probably around 6 or 7 at the time, and I was sleeping alone in my mother's old bedroom. This is important to the story because she had a deadbolt lock on her door.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe she had annoying siblings when she was growing up.
Oh, maybe. I always find that super creepy.
It'd be more creepy if it was from the outside.
Yeah. So she deadbolts herself inside. Of course, if she thinks it's haunted, like what's her account?
Yeah.
What is she trying to keep out?
That's true. I do have a friend who locks her children into their room.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's go back to that. And do we need to call CPS?
No, I think it's fine. She's like, well, they just get up for no good reason all night unless I'll.
Oh my God.
I'll take that out.
Like, no, don't. Hold on.
We have told her it's so unsafe. You cannot do that. And she's like,
right,
oh my gosh, she'll be fine.
What if there's a fire?
Hey, I'll tell you what. Full disclosure, I do not agree with locking your kids in their room.
No, not at all.
And I've told her to her face. And I will report her if I need to.
I think you might.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back a little bit. This is important to the story because she had a deadbolt lock on her door, which I specifically remember using that night because my dumbass thought it would protect me from ghosts. I woke up in the middle of the night, really, and I mean really having to pee. So I don't think I was dreaming. I distinctly remember feeling like someone was in the room with me as soon as I opened my eyes. Ew. And then I heard a man breathing by the door. I assumed it was my grandpa quietly checking on me. And
no. I mean, if I can hear you audibly breathing, you're checking too much. Go away.
And relieved, was about to roll over and tell him I had to use the restroom. But then realized I had deadbolted the damn door.
Oh my gosh. You've trapped whatever it is in there with you.
I know. So if it wasn't my grandpa, who the hell was it? I lay completely still, staring at the white wall in front of me. And now just listening to heavy footsteps getting closer and closer to my bed.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking she was going to say, and listening to my urinary stream. She's got to pee so bad.
So bad.
Oh, no. Okay.
Slowly, a shadow started to loom over the bare wall in the moonlight. And I could clearly make out the side profile of a tall man with a really large nose wearing a brimmed hat.
Oh my gosh, what is up with this hat man?
I don't know. At this point, I start sobbing and pull the covers over my head. And as soon as I do, I hear this deep, raspy, evil ass sounding laugh.
Oh no.
This rude ass motherfucker was laughing at me for crying and peeing my pants.
Oh no.
Both figuratively and a little bit literally at this point.
Oh, bless your heart.
know.
Oh no.
I was too scared to call for help or do anything, so I just stayed under my covers, stiff as a board, until I eventually fell asleep. Oh my gosh.
Oh God. How does that happen?
Now you also have to pee. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I did, however, peek out of the covers a couple times, and the shadow was gone after my second peek. I've never seen a shadow remotely like that again, but apparently my uncle has seen him as a kid as well.
Ooh.
In that same house? Tell us.
Yeah.
Was it sleep paralysis? I don't know, but I fucking hope so.
Right.
Although I could definitely move. I was just a wimp. I'm 25 now. Look, 25. She's so young.
Oh, we're so cool, Erin. We got a 25-year-old listening to us. Hey.
What's up?
I'm so glad we didn't drone on about our kids.
She's already listened to all of them. It's too late.
Shit, that's right.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. I'm 25 now and still think about that hat and giant schnoz from time to time and question if maybe I was dreaming, but I really don't think I was.
Oh man. I mean, verdict's still out on the Hat Man. UFO, alien.
Yeah.
Like there's some sort of cross reference there. I can't even really remember what it is right now, but man, oh, that's creepy. If not, I mean, if it's an alien, then yes, that happened 100%. No, I would say just horrible nightmare. Horrible nightmare.
It's the worst. It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Very scary. Okay, I'm going to read one more.
Okay.
Okay, this is No-No's Creepy Ass Clown Dolls. Fast forward a few years and coming back to my grandpa's hoarding situation. My grandma always kept the two main floors of the house clean, tidy, and proper, but my grandpa took over the basement with all his treasure hunting in quotation. It was never garbage or anything, just weird stuff. One day, to my complete and utter horror, he brought home two antique Perio clown dolls, which we have one at Mom and Dad's house. Mom really got into the idea that I loved China dolls.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
She gave me a China doll. I think she wanted us to like them.
Oh, they were scary.
Yeah. And then I did have one that I thought was really pretty for a long time, but then her glued like wig hair started kind of falling off.
Yeah.
And it kind of like slipped back. And then, but I loved her at that point. So I didn't want to get rid of her. And, I'm like, I don't want to be superficial, but she stopped caring at some point too. That China doll.
Oh, yeah.
About what she looked like.
Yeah, she turned 40 in doll years.
She turned 40 in doll years, but then she got creepy AF.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me too, I guess.
I'll take a picture of that clown doll next time we're at Mom and Dad's because it is scary looking.
Oh, and that's the other thing is Mom has kept all of these. Like, even if they're, oh my gosh, well, we have this. Like, first of all, it's creepy. Why would you even have it? It's a teddy bear that's holding like a rainbow. Like it's like a swing.
Hanging from a rainbow.
It's like hanging from a rainbow. It was in our house for a long time.
Forever, in my room.
And then decided to move it outside for some reason. I mean, it's a stuffed like doll type thing.
So scary looking now.
It's so creepy looking. Yeah, because now she's moved it outside. So it is covered in mold and it's like rotting. And it's still outside. And our parents live in a lovely house with a lovely, garden. Mom's garden was in Home and Gardens one time.
Yeah.
Beautiful house.
Oh, it's so
weird. Then she has this creepy, Mom, if you're listening, this is just my subtle way of telling you, maybe you throw it away. Part with it.
Yeah.
Why?
None of us loved it.
None of us loved it. And then also, why are you keeping it? It's now molded. Its face is like halfway. You can't go like drive up and go like, oh, look at that. I don't what.
No, it looks like, who
lives in this house?
Don't ask directions from these people. They will keep you in their basement.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what. Smart mom.
Ooh,
okay.
Actually, could you maybe let me borrow that?
Yeah. So keep those black-eyed kids away.
Ooh, yeah, keep those kids out. Ooh, they'd probably just attract those little creepers. It's a well-known fact that I've always been terrified of clowns and dolls, especially when I was younger. These dolls were the stuff nightmares are made of.
Ugh.
They definitely also brought even more of a negative energy into the house. There was like this sense of dread that came with them.
Mm.
I don't have pictures of the actual dolls, and when Googling, I can't find any that look quite the same. Oh, I cannot wait to take a picture of this next time we go. So I think they were like really old antiques from before it was trendy to collect them. What is wrong with people? OMG. They were in perfect condition, but very clearly old and handmade. My cousins immediately took advantage of these dolls and would constantly chase me around the house, tormenting me.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Siblings.
I tell you what. Well, it's her cousins, but yeah.
Oh, cousins.
I hear ya. As the baby cousin, in most situations as well.
Oh, whatever. You're treated like gold.
I was not treated like gold by the kids.
Little pretty princess.
I was treated like gold by the parents. They thought I was adorable, but
yeah. Remember that one time, like if I cussed, I literally got a bar of soap in my mouth because that's how our mom rolls. If you listen back to that one story, I always had a bar of soap in my mouth. We're at a fun little party at Aunt Marcia. Hey, Aunt Marcia.
Hey, Aunt Marcia.
Haven't talked to you in a while.
She's probably not listening anymore.
I know, she definitely isn't. But anyway, maybe she'll start listening again if we start talking about it.
There you go.
But anyway, we're at Aunt Marcia and Uncle Roger's house, and they're all sitting around the table. Of course, the adults are drunk, having a good time. Not drunk, but having a good time. All of us kids are in the bathroom. Aaron, cute as a button, little Aaron, looks up at something in Aunt Marcia's house and goes, "What the hell is that?" And I thought, this is the moment. I mean, I can remember, I was like, oh, they think she's so cute. Wait till they get a load of this. I walked up to that table just knowing you were going to get a spanking. Something was going to happen. I walk up and I say to Mom, and of course they're all laughing like, "Mom, Aaron just said a cuss word." And I was like, "What?" I said, she just looked at, I can't remember what it was, and said, "What the hell is that?" And the entire table erupted in laughter.
Oh, it's the cutest little cusser around.
And like, I remember you like standing behind me so scared, and they all laughed, and your face just, I was like, this is bullshit. That's what I wanted to say. So I walk away
soap in your mouth.
I put the soap in my own mouth.
Okay. My cousins immediately took advantage of these dolls and would constantly chase me around the house, tormenting me. However, my older cousins soon got freaked out by them too and stopped bothering me with them. They would all deny hiding or moving the dolls, etc., and thought they were all messing with each other. I refused to touch the dolls or be in the same room as them, so my cousins knew it wasn't me. After a couple months or so, I only had one cousin who would still chase me with the dolls. And look, it says he. I knew it was going to be he. He was being ruthless one day, and I had had enough. He chased me into the basement with both dolls and cornered me by the couch. I ripped those stupid things out of his hands and flung them into the couch, yelling at him. They fell flat on the couch, one even face down. I turned to my cousin with my back to the couch, and we got into a big verbal fight on our way toward the stairs. When suddenly he glanced at the couch, freezes, and keeps telling me to turn back around.
This is out of a horror movie.
I know. I refuse and keep yelling at him about the clowns, and he just spits out at me that they moved. I wouldn't take him seriously until he physically spun me around by the shoulders. And sure enough, the dolls were sitting perfectly upright on the couch as if someone had carefully posed them. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh my gosh. My eyes are huge right now.
They are.
Creepy. I've got a debunk, but it's creepy in this moment.
Now, at the time, it was only the two of us grandkids in the house, with our grandma up in the kitchen. No one else was in the house at all. We ran upstairs to our grandma, sobbing and screaming, and she was done hearing about the stupid clowns. Took them outside, cursing at them in Spanish, and threw them into the garbage bin in front of us.
Oh, no, you got to burn those fuckers.
Oh, but then you release the spirits.
If they had them.
My Nona is the sweetest little old lady you'll ever meet. And I've never seen her so angry. As soon as we got back inside, she apologized, saying she didn't know what came over her, and it felt like a huge weight was lifted off the house.
Oh, weird.
Ooh, that's very spooky.
Hmm.
Okay, and there are two more long stories. I'm going to save those.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm not even going to read the ending, but...
Ooh, creepy. Okay, well, I said I had a debunk right before the sentence that she said they were the only ones in the house.
Oh, okay. What were you going to say?
I was going to say a third little shit cousin somewhere hidden behind the couch was like, ooh, opportunity.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, propped those little guys up. I don't know. I'd have to see it play out. I'd have to see how they landed. I know she said face down, but also how well did you study how they landed?
Yeah, but to sit perfectly upright.
Yeah.
That's like, what are the odds? I would need to see the odds broken down on how many times you could throw something down, throw two, like limp dolls down, and they would both end up perfectly sitting up, staring straight ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems
unless they are kind of designed to do that. Like, you know how sometimes dolls are like the topple over dolls or the.
Even more so. I cannot wait to get home. I can remember holding this doll from Mom and Dad's, and I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah. And also, I remember you loving that doll.
I did not love the clown doll. There was one I loved that had a big fur cuff. Like you could put her you couldn't because she was made of glass. So you couldn't move her hands to be in the big furry cuff. But I thought it was the most elegant thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I did love her. She had big curls.
Yeah. But I remember you playing with that clown doll. I think you're a closeted clown freak. Is that what that book's really about?
No. Now you really know what the cover looks like. It's just a bunch of clowns caressing each other. Ew!
What kind of book porn are you into, Erin?
I promise it wasn't.
Oh, this took a turn.
Man.
Okay. So I was going to go with Cousin. Now I'm going to go with Gravity. Mixed with like super strong imaginations about a doll from kids. And then as far as like, there was one line when you talk like the bad energy that it brought into the house. It kind of is one of those questions, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Like, is the bad energy because of them, or is it because we've attached this like fear of these? I mean, they're very creepy looking dolls.
They are.
So I can't imagine anybody looking at this doll and being like, this is such a positive thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is so great. Clearly somebody did. They made them for that purpose.
I guess, yeah. If anybody wants to look that up, because it is, I'm assuming, a French word, like a French clown.
Yeah.
So if you want to look it up, I'm going to put that part in bloopers. But the way it's spelled.
We struggled a wee bit.
Yeah, we had to look it up. The way it's spelled is Periott.
Yeah. Yeah. Which would be pronounced Periot. But whatever, it's fine. Anyway, yeah. So I think it's one of those, does the clown actually have negative energy, or is it your negative energy that you put onto the clown because you don't like the way it looks?
Yeah. I don't know. But that grandma reacting, like, it's one thing to be like, oh my gosh, I overreacted. Like, I was just so frustrated hearing that. But for her to be like, I just feel like such a weight is lifted.
Well, yeah, because all they did was fight about the damn clowns. So she took care of her problem. It's like, finally, why didn't I think to do that ages ago? Those stupid clowns that my husband brought home, he's ridiculous because he doesn't have to deal with these children yelling at about these clowns all day long, yet I have to.
Yeah.
Boy, that felt good to throw that away. I bet she did feel a weight lifted. I feel the weight lifted for her. Good for you, Grandma. Nana.
No.
Good for you, No. Proud of you.
Yeah. All right.
Is it Nano?
It was N-O.
No. That's so cute. Nano. Either way, very cute. So our amazing friend Anna, I asked her for a hustle.
Okay, nice.
And she delivered for sure, which is cracking me up because I just read the opening sentence. And I have a feeling this must be her sister.
Oh.
So she's like, I'll reach out to some people, see if they have some spooky stories. And here we go. Yo. So my skeptical sister, I love it. So my skeptical sister, which I would guess is Anna, mentioned to me, y'all might need some content. I got you.
Man, Anna's sister is cool.
I know, right? I'm trying to read it cool too, and I'm not delivering very well.
You're doing so good.
I got you. It's probably how I got you. I
don't know. She is Canadian, right?
She is Canadian. Yes, very proper. Are Canadians very proper? You're married to one. Okay.
I wouldn't say proper, but just, put together.
I mean, he does have a pretty stellar stash.
He's got a good stash right now.
Okay. So, and by the way, this is super short.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to see what this is. I mean, it's short. I feel like maybe there's a punchline at the end. I don't know.
Okay. I can't wait.
Okay, so when I was preggo 14 years ago, I was at my oldest sister's house sleeping. I had to pee like all the time. Been there.
Remember that?
Ugh, it's awful. So I got up in the middle of the night to tinker and I saw the shadow figure of what looked like a cowboy.
Oh, hey.
Another hat man.
A sexy hat man.
Boy.
Sorry, I'm really in a funk right now.
Yeah, that's one thing you're in. You're in something. Oh, Lord. He said, oh, hey. Stop. I think it's supposed to be a scary cowboy.
No, I mean, oh no.
Oh, no. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't read on yet. Maybe she's into it too. I'm not sure. Oh, man.
When you're pregnant, there are stages when you're pregnant where you're like,
right?
We're ready to go whenever.
Let's do this. Pass that Lubriderm over.
No,
okay.
Feels like it would hurt.
Stop. I have to be a little. Stop. Okay, hold on. Get professional, Erin.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
This is a podcast.
Oh, a professional one.
This is a professional podcast. You need to act like it. Okay. My cheeks hurt. I saw the shadow figure. I can't even say cowboy again. I'm just going to lose it. Okay. Leaning against the wall. This is getting
Go on.
Stop. Leaning against the wall. Shook. I tossed on the light and bam, nothing there. Next day, I go to my sister and start telling her about it. She goes, oh, did he have a cowboy hat? Apparently, Buddy be chilling in that house and possibly the owner. Oh, I'll check with her to get her side of it. Peace. Oh, and my dad has a story that's published. So I'll get him to email Emily.
Yeah. Wait a minute. And possibly the owner, what does that mean?
Like the owner once owned the house.
Oh,
the
previous owner.
Yeah, previous owner, like that maybe died there or something.
Oh, that's scary.
Scary or hot? We
don't know. It could go either way at any moment, which is the best part.
Although I did actually just watch a movie called The Power of Dog, I think it's called.
Yeah. Not a dirty movie.
No, God, I hope not. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, yeah, The Power of the Dog. And it's got cowboys in it. Oh. And he's hot, but he is scary AF. Like I don't even know if he's hot, but he's a cowboy. You're like, oh man. There's times you're like, oh, he's hot. But then it's like, oh, he's so scary. Oh. So yeah, it's a good movie. It's got a twist. I feel like they could have just put like one more little scene in it and it would have made it better. Yeah. I always so narcissistic. Sometimes I watch me like, ugh. Close. I could have done better.
You went to school to be a director.
True. This is true. It didn't pan out quite like I had thought it would, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So watch that, cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that cowboy left you alone. I hope you were able to pee in peace.
Yeah. I'm gonna call shadow. Like it was something like a hat rack or something.
It's weird that the owner was like, "Oh, I know who you're talking about," and I will corroborate.
Well, the owner lives in the house with a hat rack that always makes that.
Oh my gosh. Whatever.
If it really is Anna's sister, which I didn't ask, which I'm going to, of course, but if it is, I'd like to know Anna's skepticism on that.
Yeah. So is Anna a skeptic?
I guess she said, my skeptical sister said you all needed content.
Yeah.
Yes, I would definitely think Anna's a skeptic
also,
in our conversations.
That person, Emily, who just wrote in, seemed very cool. So she might not mean like an actual blood sister. She could just mean like,
oh, that's
my
true.
Sister.
My skeptical sister.
Sister from another mister. You never know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Very cool. Yeah, boy, she is cool.
She was very cool.
I definitely did not do her justice. Sorry, Emily. My bad, as the kids would say.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I like that we got 3 stories in and one was a little quickie. I like those.
Yeah, they're great.
My gosh. It's getting bad. Sorry.
It's not even fully spring yet and you are like spring fevered up.
I don't know what's happening. Okay. It's time for our fan favorite.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So this week I'm choosing actually one of your friends.
Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. Let me guess. Do I already know?
I don't know. I feel like you might.
What am I? I bet it is because if you weren't going to get her, I was going to.
Monica?
Yes, it's Monica. Oh, I love Monica so much.
Okay, so Monica is a real life friend of Megan's.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met her a few times, but you talk about her all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I know her more than I do.
Yeah. I've known Monica for like 20 years now.
Yeah. In fact, I ran into her. You know, we both had our masks on at Fall City at my friend's
nice.
Optometrist place the other day. And I was walking out and she was like, I think I know you. I was like, I think I know you. And then it took a second. I was like, oh, it's Monica. I just couldn't recognize you with the mask. So, yeah, she's great. So I sent her a message because the other day I got on our Facebook page and it said, this is probably going to make us sound kind of pathetic.
But it's okay. Clearly, by the way, I just read Emily's email. I think the jig is up.
Well, it's always exciting when we have any person who wants to join our Facebook group. But on this day, we got like 6 people who wanted to join in one day, which was very exciting, 6 or 7. Yeah. And all of them were like, you have one mutual friend, Monica. I was like, oh, Monica.
Out there hustling for us. I love it, Monica.
That is right. And she was so cute. She was like, you guys are amazing and you don't have to plug anything. I would support you no matter what. But I got it out of her.
Good.
I wouldn't let that be the end of it.
Yep, good.
She said, I teach yoga and practice Reiki and can always use new clients.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So, and I would love to take her yoga class.
I have. And okay, let me just talk up Monica for a minute.
Okay, go for it.
Monica, when you think of yoga, a lot of times it kind of gets a bad rep because, it's like, oh, I won't be able to do it. Or I'm too self-conscious to go into a yoga studio and do yoga. When you go to yoga, first of all, Monica is the most real, down-to-earth person you'll ever meet. Like, she just keeps it real. I believe in one of her sessions, she even, like, dropped the F-bomb. You know what I mean? Like, she's just... I've taken many of her classes, and I never, ever feel self-conscious.
Oh, that's great.
Which is a huge thing to say about going to a yoga studio.
Sure.
And, of course, she's got people there on all levels. People have been doing yoga their entire lives, including herself. I mean, I don't think her entire life, but, for years, for decades, she's been doing yoga. And she never makes you feel like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely, if you want to try out yoga, she is the best place to start.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm gonna sign up for one because I'll
do it with you.
Usually do yoga like at home from YouTube or from Apple Fitness or something, but there's something different about going in person. I always feel really successful after a yoga class when I don't audibly fart.
Yes.
It is so easy to do.
It is. It's the measure of success. And I believe I have farted in Monica's, and she didn't ever make me feel bad.
I feel equally as successful when I don't laugh at someone else's fart audibly.
That's the hardest part.
I've always been like, but I don't do it audibly.
Monica actually, believe it or not, got me into a headstand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this was not that long ago. It was probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Now I really want to do it.
Oh I could never get into it. Like, okay, now I'm not going to say that because then what she'll do is she'll challenge me to get into a headstand. but that's how confident she makes you become. She's like, you've got this. You can do this. Your body is made to do that. Like she is. Yeah.
I'm not even good at doing child's pose. I can do, there's a different version where your arms are above you. But doing the child pose where you're just like my big old belly is on top of my knees and my forehead has to touch the ground. That's supposed to be a relaxing pose and I can't get there.
I think really your belly should be hanging between your knees.
No, that is when you spread your knees out for extended child pose.
Oh, well then that's the one I love.
I love that one. Child pose is your knees are together and you are just supposed to like fold forward and your head is supposed to rest without your arms above your head.
Yeah, my head won't ever rest.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, well, and also I remember like taking Monica's class. Because I, believe it or not, I taught children yoga. I had no business doing that, but no, for 3 years I did it. So I got okay at it. But anyway, so that's why I started taking her classes because I wanted to get better so that I could teach better.
Yeah.
And she is so good about like gently coming over and just like, you're almost there and like correcting you just a little bit.
Oh,
so
nice.
That helps out a lot because then when you come home and do yoga, you're like, oh, I remember this is the slight correction. But it's not like draws attention to you or anything like that. It's just very subtle. I mean, she just makes you feel like you know exactly what you're doing and it's not a big deal. I'm just going to adjust you a little bit and there you go.
Oh, I'm excited. I really can't wait to sign up for it. Okay, so if you want to go to Monica for yoga, you can find her on Yogamon, which is yoga, YOGAMON on Instagram, or Mons Yoga on Facebook.
Yes. And I mean, for real, if you're local, even if you're not, fly on in. Come take a class from me.
Or follow her on Instagram. I'm sure that helps.
Oh, definitely, for sure. She does so many inspirational, but again, keeps it real. Like that you just don't find too many yogi people like Monica that they just tell it how it is. So yeah, she's amazing. And also, if you go, ask her to do her rendition. She's gonna kill me for this, of Easy Like Sunday Morning. She will break it on down for you. The way I met Monica was back from my Dark Star days. One of our favorite bars, Dark Star. She was the bartender there.
Oh, yes. I didn't realize she was the bartender.
Yep. And that's how I met her.
Nice.
Always got to love your bartender. That's for sure.
And she loved that song because you just kind of ended that.
Oh, well, I mean, we sang lots of songs, but when that song would come on, she would grab like any sort of like pretend microphone.
Yeah.
And just go at it. So she's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Monica, for your support. Thank you, Brooke, for your story. Thank you, Emily. And thank you, Vanessa. Those are great stories. And I'm so excited we have more to choose from. So
me too.
If you want to support our podcast, you can rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or rate us on Spotify. You can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com where you can find ways to send us your messages. You can find our merch. You can find our Patreon. All of that is linked on myskepticalsister.com. And now, under the contact page of our website, you can now find our P.O. box. I've done it.
Look at you go. That's what you're updating.
I have a key for you and everything.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's it's official.
It feels so official.
That's what I kept saying to the post office person, and they did not seem interested. I was like, I feel like we have an official podcast. And she was like, okay, I get off in 10 minutes.
Move it along.
Get out of here. So anyways, our P.O. box number, I'm going to say it once on here.
Okay.
But then you can always find it on our website under the contact page. It's P.O. Box 20034, Louisville, Kentucky, 40250.
Those are all my favorite numbers.
Oh my gosh, that's why amazing. I picked them.
Oh, amazing.
All right, so thank you guys so much for another fun week, and we will talk to you later.
Do побачення.
La 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 la.
Do побачення.
Holy shit.
It's Ukrainian.
Oh, you definitely do it.
I know, I'm going to try.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
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 But you say it weird, like your reflection is weird.
It's like you would say goodbye. Goodbye.
That sounds so sad.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
That's how you need to say it.
I just did.
No, but then I talked over you when you did it.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
That was right.
It was.
До побачення.
Do побачення. Hold on.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
Do tubachenia.
До побачення.
Do побачення. I like how she says it.
Tubachenia.
Goodbye.
Can I just say it like that? Hold on.
Please. It's all I've ever asked. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Stop.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
Why? You're putting extra syllables. Do pubachenia.
До побачення.
You're right.
До побачення.
Do побачення.
It's like that episode of Friends. Joey and French. Do pubachenia. Puba. Pubachenia.
Like the way mom says puberty.
Oh my gosh. Do pubachenia.
Do pobacenia.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm dying.
Stop. It's not funny. Oh shit. Okay. You say it.
Do pubachenia.
The pubachenia.
Say it again.
The pubachenia.
The pubachenia.
The pubachenia.
Pubachenia. It was puba. The pubachenia.
The pubachenia. The pubachenia. Say it again.
Do pubachenia.
Okay.
You want me to do it for you?
No. Do pupachenia. Stop. Stop. Okay, say it again.
Do pubachenia.
Stop looking at
I'm
me.
not looking at you.
You are. I feel it. Poopa?
Do pubachenia. It's so hard not to laugh. You take so long.
Stop. Stop. I'm just trying to work it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Do pupachenia.
Okay. Do pubachenia.
Well, you're saying it
You're-
sadly.
You're putting the inflection in the wrong spot.
Emphasis.
Do pubachenia.
Do pupachenia.